Hello, welcome to Tech Talks. Today I have Adedoyin Odunfa, who is Digital Jewels. Digital Jewels is a IT security company, and I'm here to find out much more about the company. Well, hi, Ade, thank you for coming.
Hello, Uzoma.
And of course, we work together anyway. So, so Digital Jewels, IT security and more.
Indeed.
Tell us a bit more.
Okay, hello, Uzoma. Thanks for inviting me on the show. Now, Digital Jewels, we describe ourselves as an IT governance, risk and compliance company, which is information security, information assurance, project management, and then a lot of capacity building also. We look at information as being the central asset, and people often ask me why the name Digital Jewels has nothing to do with the feminine gender. Not at all. It's really just recognizing. Indeed, the jewels and the gems and things. But you will. Essentially, it's really about information being a corporate asset, okay, or even an asset for professional or personal assets, and winding around the necessary protection, assurance that you need to ensure that you're utilizing it efficiently. You'll agree with me that the people who have superior information are the winners in business today, or even the winners in life. So we call ourselves an information value chain company. So we look around along the information value chain, make sure we're securing the information, we're assuring it, we're giving organizations the necessary level of confidence they need in the information that they have to take more informed decisions. We're looking at also project management. IT is basically done through projects today. I was looking at a study the other day that was associating the success of organizations with the success of their project execution, so we focus a lot on that as well. And then capacity building. I think in Africa, generally, because we're an Afrocentric firm, skills is a big challenge. So it's a case of water everywhere, but none to drink. Lots of people, but we don't have enough skills. So really, I think for me, we address our own understanding of the dual challenges that we have in Africa: governance and skills, and that is what our business is focused on.
So, the African company. So I can imagine now today that it's easier to sell your story and why you are relevant to organizations. But when you first started, how was it to tell people you need to pay to actually help put this infrastructure in place?
Okay, so in the early days, we're an 8-year-old company now. You had to really try and establish the value and prove why it was important. But the truth is, even 8 years ago, we had so many challenges with our security models. I think you would see that the nature of our business, or the type of business that we have, grows with more electronic payments, more electronic business. So it's becoming less and less a challenging sell. Yeah. We're finding that people are proactively thinking about it themselves and calling us to say, how can you help us? We're finding out that CEOs like yourselves are getting very nervous. The more and more
my board is
nervous.
Agenda now.
Indeed. Yeah. The amount you're spending on IT, I'm sure is significant. So you want to make sure that that spend is secured and that spend is going to the right places. Yes.
The corporate organizations, right? But you agree with me that where the opportunity is in the small business area, actually it's in the payment industry, and I think security is trust, and trust is security. Now, I think one of the challenges we have in Nigeria is people want to pay cash because they don't trust that the information that they're actually putting out there is secure. So how do we? So like your organization is actually more important than we actually think it is in terms of building that trust with the consumer, business along that value chain. So how do we do that? I don't think one company can do it alone. It has to be a concerted effort with different stakeholders.
Indeed, so it's a collaborative effort, but essentially we focus on the technical aspects of security. Yeah. So, the consumer at the end of the day is transacting with some corporate entity, in one shape or form, and they want to make sure that that corporate entity themselves are secure. So that corporate entity therefore owes it to the generality of the people they serve to ensure that they are vigilant. So they're conducting periodic security assessments, vulnerability assessments, essentially ethical hacking exercises, because you want to pick up the vulnerabilities before the hackers do. Okay, so they're doing that. And then also, what also gives the consumer that assurance is usually some type of global certification. So they can say that this organization, this bank, is certified to this global organization. They've been examined by an independent global party, and therefore they're conforming, you know, to some very high standard. And that is also what we provide to organizations. You know, so a lot of best practice standards, implementing and helping organizations get certified.
So that's for corporates. You know, so like one of the things that banks are doing, especially banks like ours, is that we're trying to help our small businesses adopt technology and use technology to drive their business from a skill perspective and even from a security perspective. But one of the things that is not actually talked about, so if you look at the SME tech kit
landscape
or toolkit, one of the things that's always missing is the security perspective and the continuous security. And people don't want to pay. Like I was telling you earlier, it's like insurance. So if you say, okay, this is how much it's going to cost you, and just to make sure that your business is secure, you have to add this. Nigerians don't believe, well, they don't believe in insurance. They believe in God more than insurance, and God is the insurance. But it is very, very important, because for us to build that platform, we need to make sure it's secure so people don't have problems. Where do you come in?
Okay, so the focus for us with the average consumer is awareness, because you know security breaches happen for three reasons. One is ignorance, so that's wide open space. I didn't know the website was insecure. I didn't know that if I give my card to somebody, it can be cloned like that, you know. So we deal with that challenge of ignorance by informing them through various ways. I mean, we have security videos, awareness videos that look like fun. Nigerians love videos. Yes, exactly. So they're watching and they're enjoying it, and they don't realize that it's actually just to raise their awareness, so, and as well as in-person training programs. So it's to raise their awareness. I said ignorance, there's also malice. Okay, so you can be attacked because somebody is deliberately profiling you and wants to attack you.
Doesn't like you.
Doesn't like you, or knows that there's something to get. You know, there's financial gain there, or just mischief. So today, you know, you can have teenagers go online. They call them script kiddies, and they can download kits that allow them to attack a large organization with little or no expertise in security, just persistence and mischief, and thinking, okay, these guys think they're really smart. I'm going to show them what I can do. You know, so just letting people know that it's not just when an attacker goes out for you specifically, there are many other reasons that can expose you. Building that awareness helps people to now decide, you know what, let's take the necessary precautions. You know, because security at the end of the day is not just about what you can lose. It's also about how much trust you can get from your customer. So you might feel that you're not exposed, but if the customer doesn't feel so, they won't do business with you, and they always have options.
You know, I think, you know, talk about awareness, you know, I'm very aware of these things, but sometimes, you know, about 2 weeks ago, I was in the car, I think I was distracted, I was on the phone, I saw an email from Apple about changing my details, or like, so I was just absent-mindedly keying in information, gone to the next page, and I just realized, and by the time I realized, I found that I put in enough information, and then I had to start, you know, changing my password. And so, I mean, there's the awareness, but of course, and these, should I say, hackers are always come up with new ideas, new ways from a psychological perspective.
They work very hard. Yeah. And you know, by the way, hackers are not some dropouts from school. They are professional people, and they work harder than you or I probably, because they're always a few steps ahead. You know, so you have to have a virus to have an antivirus. You know, so the truth is, so you were almost
good for your business.
No, I don't like to put it that way, but I guess you can say so.
I had an uncle one time, and he said Christmas is good for business. I said to him, why? I said, why not? People drink, people have accidents, and they come to my hospital.
Oh my goodness.
So you like Christmas and New Year's are his peak periods. So
And the truth is, you can never say that you've covered all your risks, but you can ensure that you're managing the risks, that the risk profile is reduced. So whether it's from a personal point of view, you know, and what you do, even the exposure of what you say when you're in the car, your driver is there, you know, there's so many exposures that people are not aware of. I mean, I was having a lunch meeting with a client recently, not in Nigeria, very senior official in the bank, and she was about to give her card to the waiter to go and pay. I said, you can't do that
anymore.
You can't do that.
That's what used to happen before.
That's what used to happen before, you know. So just making sure that awareness is not conceptual. It's real. It's something that we live, we breathe, we're aware of. Whether it's on the internet, whether it's what you're saying, whether it's the way to use your devices, whether it's who you associate with, you know, it's just important that we're always keeping on our toes.
So what do you think of mobile payments and tokenization? Do you think it's a more secure way and evolution into, should I say, making payments just as convenient as cash and also from a secure perspective? Or do you see it fraught with new challenges, new fraud challenges?
It still boils down, for me, to the user of that device. You know, we often say people are the weakest link. So you can have the most secure device, but it depends on how you use it. If you don't use it in a secure way, you're just as exposed.
Well, thank you for coming on to the show.
Excellent.
I've actually learned quite a bit more, and I'll see you offline.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Nice to have chatted with you.